Hey guys, this is the high Acidness here. Got myself a new beating up top of my head, and today's gonna be a different segment that we have so far. Besides the Tales from Five Below series coming up soon and up and coming, we got something different that we didn't really expected. So, you know how the PS5 was supposed to release at November 20, along with the accessories and the camera? Well, I mean, let's just say that a sort of saw one got this great audio that I actually expected, and let's just say that I got this so-called uh so-called control on my possession. You guessed it, it came. Son of a bitch, it came. Yeah, this costs about $70 for retail. Now, originally, this is supposed to come from November 12th of November, but I got this at the 2nd November, and it's supposed to come at the 1st of November, but it got delayed, it got late, and I got this colossal behemoth in my possessions. Yeah, I'm surprised. So, since I couldn't get the PS5 or didn't get my pre-orders, which I will get it, I pre-ordered the controller and the camera, a couple of two games for the console for Fortnite. Now you have to keep in mind so far that I didn't get the chance to get the console, but I will get a launch day because Target's gotta have a launch, whatever. I got this maybe at the last 2 months. I pre-ordered this, and apparently I was supposed to wait for until the 12th of November, but this actually came. This actually came at the it was supposed to come out November 1st on a Sunday, but it came out on Monday. I got this great audio, so this is more of a pre-sale. So I guess that Amazon has this on stock, and I won't be surprised. So yeah, I'm more astonished. Was this really hard to get? No, but this was easy to get. I had to pre-order this because a lot of pre-orders were kind of sold out. This was going to be sold out with the camera, but they're still on stock. You get it from Best Buy, and why not? But I took the tape out, and you can see how really basic the box is. Really standard, generic, nothing that special. Has the logo, the barcode, la la yada. Give you some details. Factory sealed. Let's see what's inside. I spent about $80 for this behemoth, and I want to see what makes this so good. Because if I had to spend about $80 for this, I might as well. And I'm good to go. Yeah, my setup is actually kind of crappy, but I try everything to see my pal. So here is the DualSense wireless controller. Box is simple, 2 boxes in one package. Who would have known? But let's get this behemoth off. Jesus. Apparently, taking this out is actually kind of stiff because the way they actually factored this, they make it so stiff to the point when you need to put a lot of pressure. And Jesus, this is actually kind of stuck. Whoever made this actually wanted to keep this safe. Jesus. It's not that. Listen, it's not even a. Oh, crap. I broke the box. Yay. They. Son of a. Alright. We'll be done with the box, but who knows? Now, as a quick heads up, it doesn't really come with a free USB cable, but let's see what we have. This is it. Oh my god. Holy shit. This is actually kind of decent. I never knew they actually made this so far. But this is it. This is the DualSense wireless control that you can usually get from Amazon, and apparently it's still battery operated. Now it doesn't really come with a USB C. You have to use your auto USB C cable to actually charge it. But where it works for you, it's actually kind of decent. So this is it. I'm surprised I actually got this at the first cup. Now, as I said before, to make a size comparison between the DualShock 4 and the DualSense control, they're both the same. Except that you can't really use this before. You have to use a separate connector, and how this is supposed to work is beyond me. But this doesn't really work. You can try to put it in, but yeah. So in quick comparison, it's really the same exact scene, except what makes this really different so far is that the home button is actually it's really not a circle, and the instead of having two circular connections, this one has a decent design. The PS4 Pro controllers usually have an LED lighting, while this one has a no circle light on the top. It has a built-in mic that you can use, and you guys can use it to talk around. Now this does work for the Nintendo Switch and your iPad and iPhone. How it doesn't work is beyond me, but it does in fact work for auto accessories around the market. So in comparison, what makes this really different so far is that it's actually kind of random. And if you actually compare the size, it's actually kind of wider compared or kind of shorter than the predecessor. And what makes this really kind of different so far is that the broader placement is actually kind of centered. The way it usually works so far is that it does in fact work. The material and the quality of the controller is usually way superior than the DualShock 4 in the difference compared to the DualSense. So apparently, if you didn't know, it doesn't really take a any type of charger you use. It uses a different charger. It uses a different USB charger where you have to take a USB Type C. And if you want to charge this, you might as well usually take this. Now, I don't know the battery life of this one, but I could tell you that it's gotta be kind of weak based on experience with other consoles in the past. But the buttons feels kind of stiff. The home button is actually located in the center, and it's not actually kind of different. The touchpad is usually kind of it's pretty much the same, but it has a different design compared to, let's say, the DualShock 3, and the grip is really kind of decent. I don't usually expect this to usually happen from the get-go, but judging by the fact that the controller is usually kind of built differently, tells me a lot that I actually did approve about it. Alright. I don't even know what to say. So for the most part, they actually put a couple of logos on the back. It really does these buttons, except minuscule size. It does flex. It's just the same as the DualShock 4, but it's built differently compared to this predecessor. There's not really different to say about the DualSense wireless. I mean, it has the same R2 buttons. The only problem difference is the start. Now, the start buttons are usually kind of different. It's kind of similar to the Xbox One X controllers, where they have a three line plus sign, but the only difference so far is that instead of having rows, this one it doesn't really have any letters. Instead, it has some symbols which are kind of vague. And what usually makes this different so far is that it doesn't really tell you which one is the start button, so you have to take a gander. The D-pad is usually kind of different. Instead of have the arrows on the outside, they have it inside the control. And instead of the buttons being colorized, the buttons are usually kind of inside of it. So the biggest criticism I have so far is that it doesn't really hold true with the original DualShock 4 texture, you don't see any green or pink or magenta on the controls. It's all usually white, and it can usually be kind of confusing, but I would imagine that nobody cares about the controls. And apparently, this is really kind of different in the sense that you have to get, this doesn't really take any USB. You notice that this doesn't really have a lighting at the front, and you can tell that this one doesn't really have any type of lighting, to say the least. It's kind of different than the DualShock 4. And one of the reasons why I like the DualShock 4 is that it has more depth and more index into the lighting. But you can tell that there's no lighting besides it. There's supposed to be lighting at the sides, but it's not much immersive. I would imagine when the PS5 Pro comes out, they gotta put some rework with the controller, but it's just gonna be the same. And you also can tell that the speakers are usually kind of black. Oh, so what makes this really different so far is that the sound of the speakers are usually built differently compared to this. Now, I'm not sure how it usually works, but I had to get a USB Type-C charger to usually fit. Also, there's no sticker on the back of the DualShock 4. It's printed on the back, so you can't get rid of it. You can try to use some alcohol, but it wouldn't recommend. And this is the only controller that is usually kind of white. For too long, most of the controllers I usually have are usually kind of black. This is the combination of white and black that I usually have. But beyond that, it's usually a different color. I got mine in gold, but that's about it. Now, like I said before, what makes this really I said this is usually the same as the DualShock 4 because the only difference so far is the model and the molding, but it doesn't really feel heavy. This one was actually kind of light, but this one is usually kind of heavy at the same time, but not too heavy to the point. The analog sticks is usually the same as the DualShock 4, as if they actually reskinned this. For $70, I expected something more, but you know. The shoulder paddles are usually kind of quirky, and beyond that, there's not really that much different. I'm not sure it's gotta have a gyro function beyond that, but that's about it. I mean, really, it's just a DualShock 4, but souped up. Nothing else to say. But beyond that, I got nothing else to say so far. I would admit that they actually put a lot of detail into the control, but apparently this one doesn't really have a Type C. It has a manual if you catch the reading, but nobody really reads that. But it doesn't really come with a Type C. Apparently this one has ability to pick up radio waves, which I don't know why, but whatever. And beyond that, it's just usually kind of different. And it has some batteries, so really that's about it. I can't say anything else. I only want to do an unboxing video of this because it's pretty much kind of mainstream, and a lot of people want to get the console so bad to the point where I couldn't even find it, but I had to come to my local Costco about pre-orders, and then I should be good to go. Now, based on what I chose, this is usually kind of compatible with the Twitch, Android, and something else. Based on what I did my research, apparently if you want to use this for the Nintendo Switch, you need an 8-bit adapter, and then you can actually use this. Now, this is now I would rather use this than the Pro Control, because if it's actually kind of compatible, then this is way better than using this. The biggest problem with using this so far is that the buttons are kind of awkward to use. It's not that much great to use. The way they actually look at the stick is actually kind of uncomfortable, and I would rather use this than, you know, than use this abomination that I have next to me. So based on what I read so far, you can actually connect this via Bluetooth to your iPad, to your iPhone, Android, PC, PS3, apparently, and you also connect this to your anything. Now they were kind of fake about what they meant by PC. I guess that it might work for Steam, but they didn't say anything whatever what we will work so far. I hope so far it's supposed to work on, let's say, uh multiple PCs, but they never say anything about where we were supposed to work. How does it work is beyond me, but I got myself 8-bit Duke controllers before, but I wouldn't be surprised. Kind of on uphill. So yeah, so this works on iPhone, Android, PC, iCloud on mobile, Nintendo Switch, and PS3, but it doesn't really work on the PS4 because it doesn't really register. It's not really compatible. Maybe it might work, but for the most part, it doesn't really work on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I'm not sure if it works on the iPad because a lot of people didn't really showcase that. But this thing connects to Bluetooth, and what makes this usually kind of different so far is that I could try to connect this around. It doesn't really work so far. So beyond that, it doesn't really work. I apparently for the Nintendo Switch, you had to get an adapter, but I mean that's about it. Really, in our hindsight, the DualSense wireless controller is not the DualSense PS5 controller is not but a souped up DualShock 4 controller. And the only differences is the design and the fact that the stickers are actually printed on the back, but really it has the same battlefield of everything. I didn't understand what was a higher body, but I got this because I couldn't even get the PS5 yet. I'm gonna get on launch date as soon as possible, and I need to call my local Costco wherever I'm supposed to get it. So wherever works for me, it could. They upgrade the design of it, but beyond that, I don't really know. I don't even know what you're supposed to spec. You need to get a different USB port because apparently in the box it doesn't really come included with. It doesn't really come included with the controller, so you have to usually get a new one by yourself. Now, how you supposed to get a USB Type C is beyond me. But according to the box, the only thing it doesn't really come so far is that you have to use a different USB Type C. I don't know what they meant so far, but let me get it so far. Oh. But beyond that, I can't even find one. So for the most part, I wouldn't be surprised if they really handle it. I would say that the controller is usually it's not really that bad to look at. It has some decent features, but you know, the fact that it doesn't really come with a USB port pretty sucks. Like I don't understand why you even need to buy another one. But of course they're not that hard to get. But the thing about it is that you can't really use anything else. Also, they didn't really say anything about bricking it. I don't want to buy a connector and have it brick. If I do that, then it's gonna usually be kind of ruined. I have to proceed with caution because the thing about USB Type C is that it's kind of hard to find usually get this one. I will say that the build quality is actually kind of high quality to say the least. It's not subpar. It's not usually half-assed. It's usually kind of well executed, and I'm mostly surprised that they actually did actually put a lot of quality. Because it's not every day you actually get something that's actually way up maintenance. But lo and behold, you pretty much have to get yourself a USB Type C and hope for the best. Do I have one? I don't know. I have a Type B, but not a Type C. So yeah. So for the most part, if you want to usually get this around from the say from the local Target or from the local Best Buy, you go into this online from Amazon. You might get it as soon as you think, and the cost has not been released yet. So for the most part, if you want to get those enhanced, you could try to get it. The way I see it so far, the way I see it so far is that the console is usually kind of hard to find in retail. It hasn't really been released for God knows what, and just about the fact that you can try to get it from Amazon for maybe $10, and you also need the adapter because this one only works for the internal Switch if you have it. I'm not sure if it works for the Steam or for the Steam full picture mode, but I would say that it's not that hard to find a USB Type C from Amazon. You could try to get it from Best Buy, but because apparently, like I said before, it didn't really come with a USB port compared to the DualShock 4. It did came with one, but apparently you have to usually get a new one from scratch, and that's usually kind of difficult to usually get. I say this a lot because when you try to usually get this around, you have to usually try to get this around from your best abilities to order user. And I'm not sure what's the better life it can, but it is what it is. But you have to be careful where you actually get your USB Type C's because, frankly enough, this is seen when some will actually break your console, and you have to be careful because of sole party sellers. Like I said, you can't trust anything from Amazon. Because I'm not sure, I don't want to break this $70 controller that I usually got. This was usually kind of semi hard to find, but Sony is actually releasing these, and I'm going to start to release these controllers early on before the holiday season. And apparently, this was usually a pain in the ass usually get because it was supposed to come on a Sunday, but it didn't. And we had understand so far is that USB Type C's are not that. It's not that hard to find, but you have to be careful what you actually get. Sometimes if I actually break this and this actually become broken, I will usually locked out. Now the best part about getting these USBs is that it's not usually that hard to get, but you have to usually get it from a different retailer each time you try to get it. How you supposed to get it is beyond me, but it seems kind of fake. They keep saying USB Type C, but it doesn't say what type. There was no official brand that actually supports this. So my only saving grace so far is that they meant to say, everything other than GNOME. I don't know, but they're not they're inexpensive to say the least. Sometimes they may be more expensive, but some of the free party Type C's are $7 per pop. $10 depending on Amazon, $5 depending on the seller or the company. $7 again are Best Buy, but like I said, it depends where you get it. You can try to get a Micro Center for the same price, but I'm not sure if it's really compatible. Beyond that, if it works for you, I don't even know. Beyond that, you have to usually do your own research to figure out which Type C cable works for you and which one is actually legitimate. Because if I actually spend $7 and this actually breaks my console, it would be a wrap. I hate to be that type of one, but I really want to play something on Steam and try to usually plug this in. Now, I'm not sure if it actually works in big picture mode on the Steam client, but I don't really see people doing it, so I'm not sure to test this out. I'll be the first one to tell you this, if this actually works on Steam or not, or if it actually works on the Blizzard client. Who knows? There's no consistency. I'm not sure if it actually works so far, but I'll let you know in the long run. So, who knows? I will try my best to give you any insight. But beyond that, that's pretty much it for this one. Yeah, kind of unprofessional. Oh boy, I suck. Okay, so that's about it. Jesus, that's about it. So yeah, so this is it. I don't know what else to say about it. You can get this controller from Amazon where you still can, what stocks were made. I'm gonna try to get it during a Black Friday or get it possible. I might wake up around where I am. I gotta use stock of FOMO, do a live stream, and try my best. If my name can allow me to, so be it. How it works is beyond me, but who knows. So that's about it. Besides getting a new beanie that I like so far, it's doing well. So you have to do. So to recap, you can get this from online before the launch of the console. Before one, it doesn't really come with a USB. It only takes about US Type C cables. It works well with any device besides the PS4, and and it does work for the PS3 for some reason. And you also need to make sure that you actually get something actually different. If you want to use this for the Nintendo Switch, get yourself a dongle. Let's try to get it. In the meantime, I gotta try myself to get myself a capture card and a where is it? And a Bluetooth dongle to start it. So, where works for you, go ahead. But that's about it. I did make an unboxing video, be consistent, whatever, but who knows. So, rat-tat-tat, sign up with a Digital Ultimatum. Hope you guys have a decent holiday. It's maybe Thanksgiving, but nobody cares about Thanksgiving. Happy holidays, and I hope I see you guys later. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, comment down below, turn on that bell, turn on notifications for more updates, and hope I guys see you in the next PS4 unboxing video once I get it, which I will, for all grades. So, hope you guys are usually prepared for now, and if you could get this, let me know how it works, and give him some info if it actually works on other devices, including Steam. But until then, I'm going to show you if it works on Steam, on big picture mode, wherever, that's about it. So, sayonara, cartoon tight, computer katana, or something else. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Black Friday, if you care about the stampede, wherever, and have a great day, good night, good well, and have a wonderful holiday. Who knows where it comes by, you might need it, so do I don't care, but so do you. Peace out, and good luck. You need it, so do I.